Hello friends. Why is it that the most sincere, honest, spiritually awakened, and truth-driven people often become the most criticized, misunderstood, judged, and targeted? Why does society celebrate surface-level success, but feels threatened by those who walk the path of consciousness, discipline, and divine awareness? Why does a person who chooses truth over approval, integrity over popularity, and inner peace over external validation attract resistance instead of respect? If you have ever felt misunderstood for being genuine, emotionally mature, spiritually aware, morally strong, or deeply conscious, this message is meant for you. Stay with this until the very end, because what you are about to hear may completely transform how you see criticism, opposition, loneliness, and your spiritual destiny. Welcome to Divya Antar, a sacred space where ancient wisdom meets modern consciousness. If you seek spiritual truth, emotional mastery, inner power, and divine clarity, subscribe to this channel now. Turn on notifications, join our global family of awakened souls, and walk this sacred journey with us. Comment below, I choose truth over approval, and share this video so that more souls may awaken to their higher purpose. Now let us journey deeper. A truly spiritual person does not live to impress society. They live to honor truth. And truth has always made people uncomfortable. Truth challenges ego. Truth exposes illusions. Truth reveals fears, insecurities, emotional wounds, attachments, and compromises that people try to hide from themselves. When someone lives with authenticity, humility, discipline, and divine awareness, their presence becomes a silent mirror. Some people feel inspired when they look into this mirror. Others feel threatened, insecure, and exposed. Not because the spiritual person is wrong, but because their presence reminds others of the higher version of themselves they have ignored, suppressed, or abandoned. Ego thrives on comparison, validation, control, superiority, and attention. But spirituality dissolves ego. It humbles identity. It weakens pride. It shifts focus from outer image to inner truth. So when a spiritually awakened person enters a space with calmness, clarity, compassion, and silent strength, insecure minds feel unsettled. Instead of rising to that level, some choose to criticize. Criticism becomes their defense mechanism, a shield to protect their fragile self-image. Most people live according to conditioning, social expectations, emotional habits, cultural programming, material ambition, and unconscious fear patterns. But a spiritual person lives differently. They value silence over noise, depth over drama, purpose over popularity, truth over trends, meaning over money, discipline over indulgence, peace over power. To unconscious minds, this higher awareness seems strange, unrealistic, impractical, or rebellious. Throughout history, prophets were mocked, saints were doubted, visionaries were ridiculed, and enlightened souls were misunderstood, yet time eventually revealed their greatness. A truly spiritual person refuses to participate in social games built on pretending, pleasing, exaggerating, manipulating, gossiping, competing, or seeking ego validation. They do not fake. They do not perform for approval. They do not sacrifice integrity to fit in. They do not betray their conscience for comfort. This authenticity unsettles those who survive behind masks. When you stop playing the game, those still trapped in the game may criticize you, label you, mock you, or attempt to pull you back down. Light does not fight darkness. It simply reveals it. A spiritual person carries inner light, awareness, compassion, discipline, emotional intelligence, self-control, and divine presence. This light unintentionally exposes lies, immaturity, manipulation, insecurity, fear, and suppressed guilt in others. Those unwilling to heal often attack the light instead of transforming themselves. Spiritual growth naturally attracts both admiration and opposition. As consciousness rises, karmic resistance increases. As divine alignment strengthens, lower energies react. As truth is spoken, illusions tremble. Criticism is not proof of failure, it is often evidence of impact, influence, and spiritual expansion. The higher a tree grows, the stronger the winds it faces. Similarly, the higher a soul rises, the greater the resistance it encounters. These winds are not meant to destroy the soul, they are meant to strengthen it, refine it, humble it, and prepare it for higher responsibility. Criticism becomes a spiritual test. It tests whether you seek divine approval or human approval. Whether you react emotionally or respond consciously. Whether you shrink in fear or rise in wisdom. Whether you abandon your truth or deepen your commitment to it. Every insult becomes training. Every misunderstanding becomes refinement. Every attack becomes an invitation to master your emotions. Every judgment becomes an opportunity to strengthen your inner authority. The path of truth is not crowded. When you choose integrity over popularity, discipline over comfort, spiritual growth over emotional indulgence, and self-mastery over ego gratification, you naturally walk alone. Loneliness often accompanies spiritual evolution. Not as punishment, but as purification. A spiritually awakened person reminds society that happiness does not come from possessions, peace does not come from power, worth does not come from status, and fulfillment does not come from applause. This threatens systems built on fear, comparison, competition, consumerism, and emotional dependency. So society criticizes, not because the awakened soul is wrong, but because they are free. Free from manipulation. Free from fear. Free from approval addiction. Free from unconscious living. Average people blend in. Awakened people stand out. When you rise beyond ordinary consciousness, some will admire you, some will follow you, some will misunderstand you, and some will resist you. Criticism often means you are expanding beyond the comfort zone of the collective mind. A true spiritual person does not respond to criticism with revenge, bitterness, defensiveness, or emotional chaos. They observe. They reflect. They learn. They refine. They rise. They understand that criticism reveals more about the critic's inner state than their own worth. They remain emotionally sovereign. They ask themselves, is this feedback true? If yes, they improve. If not, they release it. Their peace is not controlled by opinions. Their identity is not shaped by judgment. Their worth is not measured by applause. Criticism purifies the soul like fire purifies gold. Pressure strengthens character like pressure forms diamonds. Resistance deepens wisdom like resistance strengthens muscles. Without challenge, spiritual evolution would stagnate. Many of history's greatest souls were mocked before they were honored, doubted before they were respected, ridiculed before they were remembered, and rejected before they were celebrated. Often, spiritual souls are simply ahead of their time. Spiritual people feel deeply. They sense energy, emotion, intention, and truth at subtle levels. Their sensitivity is not weakness, it is awareness. Over time, they learn compassion without emotional dependency, love without attachment, empathy without suffering, and kindness without self-betrayal. Not all criticism deserves attention. Wisdom lies in discernment. Accepting truth, rejecting negativity, improving without self-hate, learning without bitterness, and growing without losing self-respect. Sometimes criticism becomes a hidden blessing. It strengthens discipline. Sharpens purpose. Builds emotional resilience. Reveals blind spots. Deepens humility. Accelerates growth. Redirects destiny. When people criticize your spiritual path, remember, they may not be rejecting you. They may be confronting their own fears of change, healing, accountability, growth, and transformation. A true spiritual person does not measure success by applause, fame, popularity, or social validation. They measure success by peace, clarity, integrity, emotional stability, discipline, compassion, wisdom, and alignment with divine truth. They understand that approval from the world is temporary, but alignment with the soul is eternal. They know that being misunderstood by the unconscious is often the price of being aligned with higher consciousness. So if you are criticized for being honest, morally strong, spiritually disciplined, emotionally mature, kind, or deeply conscious, do not shrink. Do not doubt your path. Do not silence your truth. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. You are not being attacked because you are weak. You are being tested because you are rising. Criticism is not your enemy. It is your spiritual training. It is shaping your patience, strengthening your character, refining your awareness, deepening your faith, expanding your consciousness. Walk forward with calm. Walk forward with humility. Walk forward with courage. Walk forward with self-respect. Walk forward with divine awareness. Because the ones who are criticized for their light today are often the ones who illuminate the world tomorrow. If this message resonated with your soul, subscribe to Divya Antar, like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and comment below, "I walk in truth."